Hey everyone, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where today we are continuing the main story as we continue to investigate the appearances of La Habrea here in the North Shroud, though I am becoming less convinced that he was ever here in the first place, and it wasn't just Medrid being terrified out of his mind at some creature he saw, and his brain spinning it to be a bit worse than it actually was. Before we begin, I do have a couple of quick little just housekeeping things. One, mostly just funny things that happened. In the previous episode, we did the first Ninja episode, and Ninja and Rogue are both very, very good. I recommend watching them if you're not doing the class or job quest episodes. I recommend those you pick up and watch because Rogue and Ninja are very well written. But in the previous episode, in the first Ninja episode, we ran into a bit of an issue where we ran into two issues, and both of them have been resolved. One was enemies, getting thrown halfway across the map, which was very, very funny. I don't know how I was launching them like that, but it appears that it was actually a glitch with the recently released 6.35 patch. And that has been fixed. That was fixed last night, so thankfully that's not going to be an issue anymore, as funny as it was. The other issue we ran into was I was getting controller joystick drift. Sending my controller in for repairs, but in the meantime, I did get a backup controller, which, with how joysticks are nowadays, I mean, they've always had drift issues, but with controllers getting more expensive and manufacturers trying to save a bit of money, and switching to not lower quality, but lower durability joysticks, it's just a good idea to have a backup. And that, my original PS5 controller was getting some issues anyway, but even before the joystick drift. But I have a backup new PS5 controller, so we're going to be playing on that for until this one starts to break in a few years, probably. And we shouldn't have any more drift issues, which will be nice. Anyways, let's get started. Hello there, Medrid. Medrid is troubled by the dearth of new developments in the murder investigation. Yeah, I'm starting to think that you just saw a giant Bane Mite and were rightfully freaked out, but your mind kind of spun it a bit more than it was. There've been no promising leads in the murders. I can scarce get a wink of sleep knowing the killer's still at large. Judging by your furrowed brows, I take it this sorry business troubles you as much as it does me. I had been pondering my encounter. I was uncertain for a time, but there can be no doubt. It was a winged eyeball that I witnessed. It's implausible that I could have mistaken so distinct a creature for a Bane Mite. Oh, you're that certain, okay. But you and I were moms apart. How could we have both seen it at precisely the same time? What's more, our adventurer friend here had a run-in with a Bane Mite at the very spot you claimed to see that fiendish eyeball. Isn't that right? I did. There must be an explanation. I know I saw an eyeball with wings. I would wager an apple tart on it. Wow, a whole apple tart. Oh, he's serious. But listen, mayhap it's not as mysterious as we're making it out to be. There's no reason why there couldn't be... Gods, of course, there must be more than one of the buggers. It's so obvious, but then that means... Since there have been repeated sightings of these fiends, then there must be even more victims as yet undiscovered. Okay, so we do think it's a real thing and a real threat, then. I do believe we're out of our depth. We ought to leave the rest to the expert. Yes, we're just civilians after all. Good luck, adventurer. It was a pleasure knowing you. While I burn to know the truth, some things are best left unknown. Lest you have forgotten, it was at the rocky area to the west that I had my encounter. Should you discover aught of note, you will want to alert the authorities. There's a guardhouse nearby. The serpents there should be pleased for any information that pertains to the security of the region. Alright, you three stay safe. I will do what I can to bring this issue to an end, but if you're all three of you, even the two who were skeptical at first, are that certain that something's going on, I'll take another look. If it was just Medrid who had an active imagination running away from him, I would say it's probably not real, but if all three of them... Alright then, let's get back to that rocky area where the Bane Mite was found. That would be down here and then to the west. Well, hello there. Oh, I love that mount. It's a very pretty mount. We'll get it eventually. No, Banemite, you're not doing this to me. We are playing as Conjurer today. Now that we've picked up Ninja, we have finished off our level 30s in the Limsa Nominsa region. So we are moving on to the Gridania classes and jobs. I'm probably eventually going to want to move Raze up to the back hotbar, honestly. Yeah, Juniper, where are you going? Let's just do that now so we have the muscle memory for it. Okay, and the Ziz is coming back. Thank you, Juniper, for dragging it into us. Oh, dear. And move, and let's do this. I need all of you to die, please. Thankfully, I can heal myself, being a healer and all. So let's make sure we're completely topped up. Oh, Juniper also did hit Companion rank 5 in the previous episode, so actually about halfway to the... not maximum, but halfway to the easy maximum for Chocobo Companions. I'll explain that more when we hit rank 10. Yep, here's another victim. And there's the eyeball. It was real after all. Alright, I'm gonna need you to perish. Go the heck away. Goodbye, floating eye. Also, don't use your gaze on me. Oh god, we've got a Ziz. Hi. Didn't need you to come in and provide backup. Oh no, move. Sorry, Corpse. Don't want to call you Corpse, but I don't know your name yet. There we go. Alright, let's identify our Jane Doe. Well, we are going to literally physically carry her body. The body of this poor soul has been defiled in more... Ooh, God, Jesus, fuck! I hate the... I absolutely despise the implications of much of the text that happens in this game sometimes. They really want you to know that shit's fucked up and bad and horrible. Women kind of get the short end of the stick a lot of the time, as capable as many of them are. We haven't really seen that kind of abuse leveled at the men. Yee. Okay, so they wanted us to go to the guardhouse, actually, not to them. That would make sense, yes. And here is the guardhouse. Hello there, Elthamar. I have a, corpse for you. Greetings, adventure. Is there aught I might assist you with? Yeah. Gods be good, not again. No matter how many bodies I see, I cannot seem to get used to the horrid sight. Poor woman. Identical deaths have been reported in the Central Shroud. While the masked stranger you seek does not seem to feature in any, sightings of the winged eyeball are common enough. The creature appears to be moving the bodies, but to what end none can say. The victims have all been young women. All are found with their faces mutilated beyond recognition. Oh yeah, there's a wooden mask over her. We must have put that there. It's been difficult to identify them so as to notify their next of... This button engraved with a lily motif. The very same object was found upon another victim. A family sigil, or that of an organization, perhaps? Interesting. Either way, I dare to hope that this find will prove pivotal in solving the murders. Well, at least we have a lead. And hopefully we can prevent any more murders from occurring. And it looks like we got a mount speed increase in the North Shroud as well, so that is lovely. Alright, with that, next time on Final Fantasy XIV. Before we go on and finish up our arc here in the North Shroud, which we will be doing very shortly in the next two main scenario quests, I believe, we're going to be returning to Limsa Nominsa real quick to take on Culinarian level 30, because our food supplies are getting a little bit low. And yes, I have been forgetting to eat food, but that's partially just because we are low on food, so, you know, I kind of want to preserve those. just so that I make sure I have them when I need them for things like big duties or for hunting logs. Anyways, next time on Final Fantasy XIV, we're gonna go do Culinarian 30, and the episode after that, Conjure level 30. I will see everyone next time for that.